Welcome everybody. It is time for According to Low Elo. We're in between week. It's not patch week. Um,
It's a
Fuckload.
slow week.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
slow
slow. It's a
week.
slow month. I mean, NA
It is.
is gone from Worlds. League doesn't matter anymore. Just kidding. Um, so today we got some undocumented changes that are happening on the PBE that for some reason Riot didn't list. Surrender at 20 didn't list it either. So that was a little confusing. So I'm not
Yeah, it's pretty
sure.
weird. I don't know why they would do that and not put it out when they did their preseason video, but we're here to help you guys through it. So
And really quick before we do this, I just want to say I'm so fucking sick of toxic people in this game. I don't think I told you this last week, or maybe I did. I was in a game, and I dealt with three big three like issues. I had a person on my team that admitted he was inting. Did I tell you this?
no,
Okay, so I
no,
had
you did
a
not.
person that admitted that he was inting. He was playing Tryndamere and refused to hit R, and he said, I can't int if I hit R."
So
So he said that
he was doing his perks impression.
pretty much. But so there's that. My bot lane was a duo. My Misfortune ADC dropped the N word with the hard R, called me that. Yep. And
Oh,
then in
oh God,
po
why? Why do people think that's okay? Inching's one thing, but why do people think calling other people the N word is okay, internet or not? I don't understand. I'll
so
never understand that.
so that was that. And then the third thing in the post game lobby, my support told me to unalive myself. Told me to find a rope and chair because they weren't
Jesus.
having a good game. And I'm like, I'm down for banter. I mean, I usually have my chat off, so I don't really care. But I mean, like, there's the casual, oh, you suck, no, you suck, like blah blah blah, like whatever, dude. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. And I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much. But what bothers me, these people say this so like openly.
Casually.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what's going on?
Nonchalant about it. Like,
It's common thing to say like, well, I'm just like, I feel sorry for these people because like if they're saying that stuff in game, like what's going on with your life, man? Like you must be really disturbed in person, and you probably should get off the game.
yeah,
And
you got some life issues to fix before you start playing
it's
video games,
and then
unfortunately. That's the sad part.
what's even more sad is none of those people got banned or got a punishment
Wow.
because I reached out to Riot support. I didn't really care about the inting one, but I had
Yeah.
screenshots and went to Riot support and personally did a report there, and nothing. I didn't get hit with a instant feedback. I mean, I guess they technically couldn't show me that, but like, dude, your game's gonna fucking die because like I just don't. That day I was like, I don't want to fucking play this game anymore, especially ranked. Like I'm
Yeah.
sitting here trying, and then I just get shitheads like garbage fucking human beings. They're not only racist, but like dude, it just bothers me them saying it. Like it's not. I'm not taking it personal because I'm like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's like there is someone out there that's gonna read that, or he's gonna say that to someone else, and they're actually gonna do it.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable, really. I mean, like I think there was a time in video games in general where something like that was, I wouldn't say acceptable, but it was like kind of laughed off or whatever and let go. Um, and I think that that mentality has carried over, uh, and people by now should know the effects of the words that they're using towards other people. I think that's very well known. I mean, even 10 years ago, I think it was very well known, but like 15, 16 years ago, when, pop in my Call of Duty disc, like you got on and you knew there was a very good chance of someone saying the N word or.
Not saying that that was appropriate either, but
No, no, no,
it
but just
was
saying like
just
that
yeah.
was more commonplace, and I think the social climate was different then too. But like in the current social climate, um, we understand, like, everyone universally understands, and there are some people that maybe they didn't understand that was really as bad a word as it was,
Yeah.
and sure, they should have, but I can't control what their parents teach them. By this day and age, it's like well documented, even on TV or in the books you're reading, the news you're watching, or whatever. That stuff's just not acceptable. And so seeing it in this day and age, and seeing the fact that that shit tier behavior has carried over, is really disheartening. It's really sad, and it's like really unbecoming of the video gamer community, um, which sucks because there's a lot of things that like I feel like gamers stand for and then hypocritically act um, on the other side, which is really annoying. Like a lot of them, like, oh yeah, feminism and blah blah blah, and then what are you, a girl? You suck. Whatever, just demeaning women and whatnot. My point is, people say a lot of things one way and then go and do things another way, and it's just the hypocrisy is unacceptable. The racism is unacceptable. Telling people to kill themselves, by now that's unacceptable. 10 years ago, maybe it wasn't, and maybe it was more of a joke, but this day and age, you don't do that anymore. We're past that, I think, as a society and as a community, and I like to think that at least you and I represent a foundation where we don't perpetuate those kinds of things.
We're definitely not perfect, but I think we're actively trying to be like the best.
Every day, every day is a struggle. Sometimes you just get fucking shellacked in lane, and all you want to do is just call the other guy a stupid bitch, even though it doesn't
Like
mean anything.
that's
But like,
but racism and just like wishing
yep,
like physical harm is just
yep,
it's gross, dude. And I
it
mean,
is.
it's just
It's a very bad toxic trait to have.
it's like the first thing I instantly won't spend too much more time on this because it's not a woke like take. Everyone knows it's not acceptable,
Oh,
but
it's definitely not a woke take, but it's
it's
relevant.
because the other reason I want to bring this up is when I was on the Riot website submitting the support ticket, I was able to look at my recent submissions to Riot support, and in the last 5 months, I've had to do like 3 or 4 of these. I'm like, really? But so it comes down to I'm either this person is probably too young to understand what they're typing, or they're just a very just if they're older, that's even worse because like just they took the time to actually type this sentence out. It's just I don't know. It just blows my mind, and I just hope
It's
they
not
get some
good.
help. I hope they get some help
Not
and
good. Yeah.
self reflect. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
Move on to the happy stuff, guys.
Happy stuff.
Thanks for listening to that. I think it's important. I think it goes beyond league. I think it goes
Just be nice to
for
everyone.
life. Yeah, just be cool. Just be chill, man. That's it. At the end of the day, you don't gotta like everybody.
You
But you
gotta
don't
be
gotta be a dick.
nice, like the Amazon Prime upgrade we're getting now.
Oh, Daddy Bezos or whoever the CEO is now. I don't keep track. Uh, Coming in today, and this is October 27th with a brand new sponsorship worldwide for League of Legends. Guys, I don't know if you have Prime, but if you do, get your butt on Twitch and go get your freaking
We're
capsule.
we're also not
Free RP, a free skin permanent.
we're
Like,
not sponsored by Amazon, by the way.
we're not. But get your fucking schnutz on there and go get your shit. I'm not even kidding. Um, what's cool too is it's League, Legends of Runeterra, and Valorant and Wild Rift, which is pretty cool. They're doing emotes for esports competitions. Let's see, what else are they doing here? I know today they released the League stuff. Um, there's the esports emote you can get available. They're going to be doing theirs all the way through 2022 for the global events as well. November 18th, they're bringing the Wild Rift, some exclusive content every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, guys. Every 2 weeks for Wild Rift. I don't know how often you play Wild Rift. I don't play it that much, only because I'm just generally busy, but I did start playing again this week because I'm tired of this TFT set. And ARAM's back on there, and that's the most fun I've had in Wild Rift in a long time, although people are a lot better than they used to be, so Effectively, I'm like Iron Tier because I suck at the mobile platform, but fun. Valorant's getting a lot of stuff too. Um, they are getting. I don't know what core content is, but they're getting a year's worth of core content for Valorant gameplay. Part of that is 2 weapon skins, 2 calling cards, 4 gun buddies, and 4 sprays, which are cosmetics, just like the league stuff. And then Legends of Runeterra, after the current series ends, they're getting content on a monthly basis. Prismatic chests, epic cards, and rare wild cards, which I think is pretty cool. And this is definitely a better sponsorship, in my opinion, than the Alienware local sponsorship. Um, this they're stepping their game up, and they're trying to make their game a mainstay, which I can appreciate, and I think this is a cool partnership.
It's, I mean, if we're just talking about if you're just playing League on PC, so if you have an Amazon Prime account and you have it linked to your Twitch, every month, and it goes through, like you said, December 2022. So this is 15 months. You're gonna get, I'm looking for the actual list right here. So for the League capsule, you're gonna get 650 RP, which is, I don't think I've ever heard of them just giving out. It's not, I don't want to say free because you
So
have it
is this every month? Or I only see that this is just this month.
every month
Is this every
for
month? Okay,
15 months.
that's the end of
So
this year, and then all of next year.
so every month you're gonna get 650 RP. Okay, a permanent 1350 skin. Okay, 200 Ornate Essence, 5 champion shards, 2 Series 1 Eternal shards, and a 30-day XP boost. So every month you're going to have an XP boost. So starting from the bottom going up, 30-day XP boost, you're going to be leveling up. You're going to have a shitload of blue essence whenever that Emporium comes out. That's fucking sick. I don't really give two shits about Eternals. That's just more orange essence for me. I know some
Yeah.
people are into that shit. 5 champion shards, more blue essence.
Or if you have champions trying to get mastery with,
Yep,
those are
use
mastery
that.
shards that you can use too.
200 orange essence. Okay, a 1350 skin. That's like a $10 skin for free. And
Well,
then
1350, those are the base skins now, right?
those are the lowest, or yeah,
They don't
technically
make
that's the
anything less
lowest,
than 1350, right?
but still, that's a $10 skin.
You notice how they conveniently give you 650 Riot points and not 675?
Well, I was thinking 650 because 1350 plus six. It's like
Well,
basically two.
650 is 1300 if you get 2 of them. If there was 675, you could buy a 1350 skin. So they're conveniently hooking you in to get you to buy more, which is, albeit a good business strategy. Do I like it? No, I want the extra 50 RP,
But
but it's a good business strategy and it works. So I
just
can't hate on it. It makes sense.
fuck. I was looking for the post. Someone broke it down completely, but there's so much value. Like if you just
A lot of
take
value in
the
it.
650, so and the 1350 skin, that's 2000 RP right there. So that's $20 already. And then whatever it breaks down to all of this, I don't even want to know how much eternal skin shards are. Probably a couple hundred RP.
Can I explain to you just the value of having Amazon Prime?
Oh my god, yeah, true.
No, I'm not going to explain that. I think everyone knows the value of having Amazon Prime in this day and age. So if you play this game and you don't have Amazon Prime, I first off don't know who you are. Um, you need to get on it. You need to get yourself situated and squared away because you're missing out on a ton
Yeah, I
of
want,
awesome free. These are free benefits just for having Amazon Prime.
and
So,
plus I want more videos of Shatner going to space. So
oh
what's sponsored?
Jesus,
Wow.
wow.
So yeah, it's big. If you like free shit,
But no, it's really cool. I think it's really cool. I think this was definitely unexpected to me.
it's happy. I like free
Um,
stuff because before you're just getting a skin shard that was any skin. Now it's
yep,
a guaranteed 1350. So
yep.
you're not gonna get a dog shit skin.
But what sucks, the thing I like about getting any skin is you can get legacy skin shards easier,
It's
and
true.
those are the ones that are hard to get, hard to come by, and those are the ones that are cheaper. But I'm not gonna complain.
All right. So yep. And if you for some reason didn't have an Amazon, again, we're not sponsored by Amazon. I feel like we're talking like we are. Um, make sure you
No, we're
are,
sponsored by Anchor FM.
yeah, Anchor, right. Um, so if you do have Amazon Prime and you didn't know about this, you're living under a rock or something, go to your Twitch and link it and start getting free shit.
Guys, if you do have Amazon Prime and you don't know about this, on your home page
Yeah.
on the client, it actually has it right there, so you can see it. Click that link, follow it. It'll give you more information on how to link it and whatnot. If Even if you don't have Amazon Prime, click the link, follow it, consider it. There is I think you can get a 3-month trial of Amazon Prime,
There you go. You get free shit.
and realize these benefits too. So, use your resources. That's the best. That's I think the only thing left I have to say about it.
Amazon, you want to sponsor us? We're sucking your dick really hard right now. Come on. All right.
Come on, Daddy Bezos.
All right, moving on. So, last week we had 2 episodes out because it turned into a very long, and we split it into 2. So we had the patch notes, and we had some preseason changes because they were listing some. And as I said, there were a crap ton of undocumented changes, and we wanted to go in and break these down and check these out and see what that means for the game. That's going to be coming up in the preseason. It's about 2 weeks away. I think it's the middle of November is when that patch drops.
I think so. I think I have like 2 weeks to actually get to gold or stop trying.
Make or break. We'll try to get there.
God damn it! Don't say make or break. That's the whole fucking world's theme.
Oh god, I didn't even think of
it. NA broke, so don't say make or break to me.
Alrighty, so what we'll start here is and really quick, there are like I think a few things that we had gone over in that last episode, so we'll just breeze past those once we come up on those.
If we hit them again, I do apologize. Trying to remember everything we went over is difficult, so bear with us. But yeah, let's get it started with the assassin mythics.
So drop in 100 gold overall. I don't think. I mean, I guess if it's cheaper, that's better. But
dude, pair this with the new rune. You drop 100 gold, you've just increased. You can get this way faster with the new rune.
Oh, fuck it.
That's
strike?
Fucking broken. Yeah.
You're gonna be getting more gold, you get your items.
That's the first thing I can think of. Like, oh, hey, we're gonna drop your assassin items by 100 gold. Also, you're gonna be able to make more gold anyways. So,
well, I almost forgot that rune also lets you deal extra damage. Why does everything have to fucking increase your damage?
Bro, it's all power creep. I wish that they actually had more damage reduction in this game. Not by means of building armor or MR, but like actual skills that could decrease damage. Because really, exhaust, and that doesn't even decrease your damage. It just No, I guess it does decrease your total overall damage. Exhaust and then Sona's empowered W.
I know.
Are the only 2 that I know of that actually decrease your damage output.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another skill that decreases your damage output. But like Sona's W is one that people often forget about because they just think of her Q, the power chord for her Q. But the W is pretty gross, and I think people forget about the E too. To actually having a slow on your 3rd hit with your E on the auto attack. But the W is something people don't know about. Like when you're trading in lane or you're in a fight, instead of going for the big power punch, drop your W, heal your teammate, and then hit the enemy with the damage reduction. It's gonna make your heal go further, and it's gonna help you and your teammate win the fight. I mean, you can always just press Q. It's a auto target spell, so it's not like you're not gonna get damage somewhere. That extra bit of damage you're gonna get probably isn't as good as the damage reduction that might keep your lane partner alive and secure that kill, as opposed to them dying and you securing the kill with a Q. So use that.
Back to
That's
assassin.
Totally off topic. Yeah, totally off topic, but like the point remains the same.
There's a lot of damage, and yeah. So aside from all 3 dropping 100 gold, Duskblade is getting a slight tweak, and which I kind of like this. So it is going from the passive is going from dealing 65 plus 25% of your bonus AD to, if you are melee, you're getting an increase in damage. So it's going to be more for the high risk, high reward champions. So that base damage is going up by 10, and so is the bonus AD percentage.
Yeah.
And it still has a 99% slow for half or a quarter of a second. But if you're,
and as you guys know, for listeners who've been listening to us, 5% is everything. So 10% is like
double
exuberantly
everything.
astronomical.
Um,
Okay, anyways, keep
so
saying the range.
yeah, so if you're a range champion, the first thing I come to is like or come to mind is like Varus building like Dustblade.
Ezreal, I think Ezreal.
I have not seen Ezreal with Dustblade in.
It's still stupid. Anyways, you're ranged.
So you're dealing
You
less damage.
lose 10 damage on your on hit, and obviously you still don't get the slow. I like that. Um, it's still a viable item for a ranged champion. Um, I would be curious, and it's probably not a good item for this champion I'm thinking of, but champions like Samira, how does that actually interact with that champion? Does it have to be the melee, hit to trigger it, or what? You know what I mean? That it's an interesting one. Luckily, this item doesn't really fit with her anything
I
that
was gonna
she
say
does.
if I have a Samira on my team and she rusts Dustblade,
Oh yeah,
I'm ripping my
I just
computer
would
out
be
and
curious of the. I
jumping
would
in a
just be
lake.
curious of the interaction, and not of the build path. But I think it's a. I like this change. I like that they're trying to take it out of the hands of marksmen, ranged marksmen, or even ranged assassins like a Quinn. I guess technically she's a
Ugh,
marksman, but she's not ADC. She plays more like an assassin. So
right.
taking it out of the hands of those champions that are just stupid broken when they use them, and putting them in the hands of the champions, or cementing them in the hands of champions that they belong with, Talon, Zed, Kiana, so on and so forth.
All right, and we are now moving down to Prowler's Claw, where its active is getting buffed.
Sand swipe. I didn't even know it was called sand swipe.
Neither did I. I don't think I can't remember the last time I built this item on a champion.
Syzygy, okay?
So it is going from. So let's see. Dash in a line through the target enemy champion location. Upon completing the dash, deal 65 plus 25% bonus AD physical damage, and that is getting changed. That's getting buffed to 75 base damage, and then another 5% astronomical on the bonus AD ratio, and the increased damage to target for 3 seconds is still there. So it's the same thing as so you do increased damage again. That's gonna be the theme of these assassin items.
I feel like nobody builds this item over Duskblade, unless you're playing some sort of off meta pick.
Dude, the only champion
Varus,
I see Prowler's Claw and
I've seen it
Scion,
on
dude.
Misfortune, but yeah, Scion building, like what the fuck? It's kind of silly, and I like that they have it as bonus AD to try to keep non AD champions from using it, and keep tanks from using it. But I don't know, Scion's just a weird case, I
So
guess.
like they're looking to do this. They want to buff assassin items for champions, and I just realized underneath there's like little they want assassins to stop building Gore Drinker. So they want
So
to
do I. I want assassins to stop
yeah,
building gore drinkers.
it's
So.
gross. It's annoying as fuck.
I'm glad Riot sees the game the same way I do.
So, yeah, assassins, more damage for going all in. Moving down, we got Yomu's Ghostblade that is getting
Oh wait, after this one I have. Okay, no, go ahead.
okay.
I have something after this one.
Yeah, Yomo's Gooseblade is just getting an increase of 100 gold, which is probably a good idea because I see people just rushing this item. See Graves, see like Kha'Zix, and it's a really good item. It's CDR, movement speed, the active.
Really good early game for assassins, so that's why you're seeing him rush it. Adding 100 gold isn't gonna murder this item either. That's hardly anything, and I think it's just the combined gold too. It's not even the components. The components are the same.
Right.
So I like this change.
All right, what were you gonna say?
Um, I forgot to mention. I wanted to mention before we got here into the items and stuff. It came to my attention after our second episode last week. Fimbulwinter is an actual thing
Oh shit.
in Norse mythology, and it certainly felt like a moron after we recorded that episode laughing at Fimbulwinter, which is basically the time before Ragnarok. So for anybody who was probably sitting there like, these freaking idiots are
Yeah,
dumb as
any
shit.
Norse
Yes, I do
people.
agree. Dumb as shit. Still think the name is funny to say. But I have any respect for Fimbulwinter.
Yeah, I'm gonna be calling it out when I build the Fimble.
Oh,
I got
dude,
the Fimble.
dude, it's gonna be one of my new favorite items. Okay. No, I just wanted to drop that down there because I forgot to mention at the beginning, and I saw the tag. I was like, oh,
We got the Fimble. All right.
Anyways,
moving
moving
down,
down.
we're gonna get into some tank items. So Aegis is gonna cost 100 gold less, which is it's pretty good.
Is it
I mean,
Aegis or is it Aegis?
I call it Aegis of the
I always
Legion.
called it Aegis, but when they were talking about it, they were calling it Aegis, and I was like, oh, I don't like the way that sounds.
So again, it's slight buff where it's dropping 100 gold to total, and then the
That's really
total.
good too because that item builds into support items too.
Mm, and
So
then
that's a good one. I like that.
in with that gargoyle stone plate is dropping 100 gold. So it's nice, and plus tanks are just non-existent right now, so they need all the help they can fucking get.
Stone plate's a fucking ridiculous item too. So,
Yeah, it's a good
uh,
item.
oh yeah, even the note on this picture says this is also great for support tank mythics. Didn't even
Mm-hmm.
get that far, but I just was thinking Aegis in Locket.
Pocket, yeah.
Yep. So cool.
All right, moving on down, we got Sunfire, and I think we briefly went over this, and I think we were looking at it, and we went to the wiki, and we could not find a difference. You remember this? We were like, what the
Oh
fuck did
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
change?
yeah.
So this, the armor and magic resist are getting 5 extra, 5 on each, and then the passive is going to give 50 extra HP per legendary item, in addition to the 50%,
Oh,
5%, or 5%,
got it.
in addition to the 5 tenacity. So that's
It
nice.
does say 5% tenacity and slow resist here. So yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
A little
No,
extra.
I'm glad that that's clarified because what they put in that post didn't make sense. Now, what's funny is like we talked about it then too. Is like we went back at that post. Is like there's typos everywhere. It's
Oh
missing a
god,
lot of
yeah, it was
shit.
bad,
So
dude.
like, uh, which made me start to think like, hey, are they pulling our chain on some of this stuff? Are they just trying to
No.
like kind of bait us into something because they never put out anything with that many typos. It
Oh,
was
okay. That was there was
a
that was,
lot.
that was the other one is the emulate damage where it was like plus and it said ball as magic damage and here in the picture it clarifies plus 1% bonus HP
Yeah.
as magic damage.
Yep.
So, Riot, you were drunk.
Yeah, seriously though, someone either they just rushed to get it out, which I don't know why they would rush to get it out. He could have waited an extra day to make sure it was done, or an extra 3 hours for someone to read it 5 times and make sure there was no typos or that it made sense or whatever. But I think that maybe it was just an oversight on Riot's part. I don't know. It was just a not a well done, well put together post, even though it had good information. Um, oh well, here we are.
All right, so moving down to Abyssal Mask, which I believe we did go over, and maybe they changed the recipe
New
since then,
recipe. I don't
but
remember what it was before.
I think it was a Negatron cloak instead of a Spectre cowl.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. This is a much
This
better
is
build
it's
path.
literally the Spirit Visage build
Yeah,
path,
this
but
is
I
a
mean
much better build path.
it's nice. Still
This,
not sure if overall the new passive or curses enemies is gonna be good.
oh yeah, it was a giant spell and a Negatron cloak. That's right. It was just
That's a
that's a
very
terrible
awkward.
build path because if you're trying to build this item, those don't build into anything else that are even similar. Like this is better because you can build. Okay, do I want to go Spirit Visage with healing, or do I want to go with annihilating them, like making them weaker? And it just depends what champion you're playing. Some champions could use both very well. Obviously, if you're playing Vlad, you don't care about Abyssal Mask, but if you're playing Amumu, you could go either way. You probably go Abyssal Mask, uh, and then who's a champion that's like in between that Mordekaiser maybe. I can see Mordekaiser building one or the other, or even both if he wanted to. Damage amp and extra healing on his shield. Oh, actually, the shield. Does it make heals and shields, or is it just heals more powerful?
Spirit Visage.
Yeah,
Yeah, it shields too,
yeah. So I
so
mean,
that's really good.
I can see Mordekaiser building both of these items in a world where there's a lot of magic damage on the enemy team. So, better build path.
I
And
can't.
being able
Okay,
to choose at the last minute, kind of like some of the mythics, I think is good.
I can't remember if this was new. Is the magic resist like reducing? Did it say 5 plus 1% bonus health,
No, I
max
think
of 20?
it was anytime you immobilize with champion. Excuse me.
Well, yeah,
I think
it's
it was 10%.
extra
Ten
damage.
percent more magic damage.
Because I know we looked at that and we compared it. Because I'm pretty sure we went over this change last episode, but I wasn't sure if this passive included the like it scales a little bit. So max
Don't think so.
max you reduce 25 magic resist per target, which is that's pretty. I think that's pretty good considering magic resist isn't that big in this. I feel like it's scarce in this game. So
Yeah.
you can reduce everyone's magic resist by 25, and then you gain 7 for each cursed
Okay.
person. So max of 35.
Here's what it says. Immobilizing enemy champions increases the damage they take by 15 for 5 seconds. So even I just said it wrong too. I was thinking all magic damage, but it was all damage increased by 15 for 5 seconds, including true damage.
Yeah, I think I actually starting to like this change a little bit more.
It's not. I think in its current form, it's pretty broken, but it limits you to CC champions, where this version allows any champion. That's gonna
Build tank.
obviously you want to be an engager or a tank champion or be in the middle of a fight, right? You don't want to have to. It's nice you don't have to rely on a CC. You look like a Mundo. Mundo's not CCing, immobilizing anybody. He's not getting anything out of this item. But Mundo with the new version is in the middle of the fight and he's getting a lot out of this item. So I'm not mad at it.
All right, so we're gonna keep going down. Xtec Alternator cost 350 gold more. This is pretty big.
They need that. That item's so
was
cheap and easy to build.
Yeah, it was very cheap. Gives a lot of damage. And then it is now, so the recipe is changing to 1 amp tone. What was it, 2? I think it was 2 amp tones before. But it gives
I think so.
So it's going to 1
because it was 40 AP and now it's only 25.
But they're also adding the 150 health because of the ruby crystal. That's nice. I guess they're just buffing. They're just putting tank stats on everything. It's interesting.
Well, they're buffing it, but they're nerfing it.
I'll call it an adjust. It's probably more nerfed than anything, but
yeah, they're giving you something in return in terms of health, which a lot of mid lane champions that are going to use this item want, because there's not a whole lot of health items for casters. I'm still not a big fan of this item, but that's just because I find it annoying. At 1400 gold, it should be obviously less annoying.
Yeah, that might stop people from rush.
I mean, getting an extra. Realistically, this is per level, so like level 6, you probably have one of these. Getting an extra like 75 magic damage that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's an extra passive. Auto attack, an auto basic attack, an extra basic attack. So I think that item does a lot of extra damage, and so increasing the cost I think makes sense here. It's probably now not gold efficient anymore, if I had to guess.
Moving on down, we got Cosmic Drive, and I know we already went over those changes, but the recipe has changed to throw in the Aether Wisp, because now it will give 5% astronomical movement speed. It just makes more sense. It's a very that's a nice build path too. It's just really clean and simple.
Better Vlad item too.
It's a better Vlad. It's better tank.
Actually makes AP bruiser item too.
Swain, I was Mordekaiser, move anything that's gonna benefit off
movement speed. Yeah.
So you get that. What was that old rune? Was it that you like deal damage and you got movement speed? What the fuck was it called? Like not Windspeaker's Blessing. That was the old one.
It was in the before the Phase Rush.
In the super old, yeah. Okay, it was can you picture the old rune trees?
Yeah.
It was in the middle. It was right next to Thunderlord's Decree.
Let me I can't remember what it's called.
I used to take it on Nasus a lot because you deal like if you dealt like 40% damage of their health, you get a fuck ton of movement speed. Kind of reminds me of this because you have to. I think you do 3. What the fuck was it called? It's breaking my.
Oh, I can see the picture. It's the foot, right?
No, it's like a fuck. I'm looking it up right now. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, here we go.
I just sent it to you on Discord. It's that picture, right? It's from that set, or is it like the old?
Yes, it's in the middle tree, far left. The ones to the left of Thunderleaf.
Oh god, the one that the little dude looks like.
Is it Stormbreaker Surge or something like that? It was Storm Surge.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Storm Raider Surge.
Yeah. Is that okay? Okay. I want to see that.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
Dude, look at that. Fucking, that was a cool. Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, that was. Oh man, that I don't know. It's just giving me movement
Dealing
speed.
30% of a champion's max health within 2.5 seconds grants you 40% bonus move speed and 75% slow resist.
They wow. I
That's
don't.
Rise right there, my friend.
Yeah, change that into fucking phase
They turn that
rush.
into phase rush, which makes more sense. Realistically, at the end of the day,
I don't know.
it's
That just reminded me of that. That was cool. That was cool.
yeah,
So,
that's a cool throwback.
this is gonna be situated to more AP bruisers. So I kind of like that. Moving down to Archangel staff with the slight.
Your blasting wand and kindle gem.
I do like this. It's a more
I don't like this.
really.
I don't like this. The part of what I like about Archangel staff is that it's not build friendly.
What
Which
was it?
means
Is it a fucking needlessly?
it's
Right.
a tier amp tome and needlessly large
Oh,
rod. And
that's
needlessly large rod.
fucking.
But that what I like about it is it forces you to make a decision. You build this item with the tier or you don't. I think what's gonna happen is that every fucking mid lane mage is now going to build this item. The same way that 25% of marksmen build, maybe more than that, maybe 30-40% of marksmen build man immune, which is annoying. There's no build diversity there, right? Like, oh, cool, when every champion builds the same item, how boring is that, right? Um, so I felt like Archangels was more niche this season. Like, I felt like it wasn't a recommended item on every champion. Obviously, there's some champions that need it, like Rise and whatnot.
I think
But I
I don't
feel like this
know.
just makes it.
It's
I
just
don't
there was
know.
just no other. There's no aside from the mythics. There's like no other mage mana item. So I feel like like a lot. You see Syndra's going this. You see Oriana's. I this is okay. I understand that, but this I just looking at this is so much better. It's just so smooth to build now, and it's not frustrating. It just annoyed me
Like,
that
see, that's the part I liked about it.
I
That
didn't like
I felt
that.
like it forced you to make a decision. Either you're gonna build mana and you're gonna sack a little bit damage for a little bit later, but now
Isn't this getting?
they're not changing
I'm
anything
pretty sure
to the.
they're isn't the. I'm
Well,
pretty
I
sure
guess
the AP's
it
going down
didn't
by
give health
20,
before.
and it's giving health
Maybe.
now. And then the
Yeah.
passive. So the other thing that is totally different is it gives CDR now. So like it says under the
Yeah.
picture, you lose the passive CDR or the ability haste from
Build a
Kindle
haste from
Gem,
Kindle Gem.
but the myth or the not mythic, the passive grants you ability haste. So I think it's worth
Yeah.
it. I like this. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of scared that it's just I feel like every fucking champion that's a mage mid lane is gonna have to build this. So
Just like Zonya's. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The jury. I'm out on it for now, but maybe when the season comes around and we see how it starts playing out, maybe I won't hate it so much.
all right, moving down to Doran's ring.
Doran's ring.
This is
Woo!
sick.
Big
I
changes. Doran's ring. Let's
fucking
go.
love this. So right now, you kill a minion or unit, you get 6 mana, and if you can't get mana, you get 3 HP instead. Changing that, it's gonna because it used to give mana regen, passive mana regen. So they're bringing that back. So it's 3/4 or 0.75 mana every second. But if you damage an enemy, you're gonna get 1.25 mana for 10 seconds. So it's kind of they're bringing it on where if you're a little more aggressive, you're gonna get benefit from getting a little extra mana regen. The one thing that scares me though is if you can't get mana, restore 50% of that value as HP instead. So obviously it's not a lot of HP,
That's really little.
but I mean
That's really little.
they just want people like I mean champions like I could take this on Mordekaiser, I could take this on Vladimir, champions that aren't going to use mana, and it's going to still feel okay. Like I'm going to get the AP from it.
But
And
Katarina can actually build this item.
oh, stop.
No, I'm just thinking of like your energy champions.
It's more diverse. It's letting
It
more
is way
champions
more
build this.
diverse. Like this is like Kennen can actually build this item now.
Yeah,
He could build it before, but like
it's a little bit better.
better now. So
I'm
I like it.
just
It's interesting. I think they don't change enough on the starter items year after year, where they can get a little stale.
I
So
wonder if they're doing this to try to combat. I feel like every mid laner will run corrupting
Yep.
pots and time warp, so they're trying
Yep.
to probably change that up a little bit.
Probably more
Um,
diversity.
so okay, that's cool. That's probably one of
Also, it also helps combat some assassins too. That like if you're a mage, like a control mage, you can't fight an assassin, but if you can at least CS or maybe poke an assassin, it'll help you have some sustain in lane that you don't normally have. So it's not a lot. Obviously, it's a starter item. It's not meant to do a lot for you, but I like it.
that's cool. Moving on down, the
Void
void staff.
Staff, one of my favorite items. It's gonna cost under more gold. You do lose 5 AP, but you gain 5% extra magic pen. And as we know, that's astronomical.
I like this. It's a very subtle change, but I feel like obviously the reason you're going to buy this item is for the magic pen. Is there
Absolutely.
what other items give percent magic penetration? It's the only one. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think this is it. I don't think there is any other
Because
percentage.
Sorks is flat, and then I don't know if you
Most of it's flat.
Yeah. So I feel like they need another item.
Did you build this item and you build Abyssal Mask?
Oh yeah, you're good to go. Fucking draining magic resist and, or I mean, would you want to do that? Because obviously, what would apply first?
Flat.
Wouldn't it work?
Flat always applies first.
So you drain. It said max. What 20? It was like max 25.
So
on
Abyssal Mask. Let's see. For each cursed enemy, gains 7 magic resist. You reduce theirs by 5 plus 1% bonus health.
Max.
So if you just say 5, max 20.
So 25.
Yep.
So I mean,
I think it's just max 20. I don't think you get an extra.
I'm pretty sure it's because I think that applies to the bonus because it says 5 plus. So, okay.
Yeah,
anyways, 5 is, well, actually 5 is astronomical. So I don't know what I'm fucking saying. So if you're lowering that,
yeah, it's flat. So you're lowering that. You do hurt the percentage a little bit, but
I mean, so would you? I don't think you'd want to. Well, obviously, I don't think you're gonna build that.
Well, but Void Staff, you probably wouldn't ever build these two items together.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, if someone on your team has Abyssal Mask, it might be like hurting you a little bit.
Counter beneficial.
That's interesting. I'm gonna flame my teammates if they build that. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Because like that, it could make a difference in a fight. I don't know.
Honestly, if you're playing Vlad, you don't have to build Void Staff. You just build Abyssal Mask now. I think that's part of it. But I can see you having like a Galio on your team, and then also having a LeBlanc, and it's not gonna hurt LeBlanc. Yeah, you reduce a little bit less, it makes your item a little bit more inefficient, but a lot of the champions that are gonna build Void Staff are gonna want a 1v1 anyways, or 1v2 anyways. So I don't think it's that detrimental. I don't think it's that big of a deal, truthfully.
All right, we'll see.
What's 45% of 20? 8. So you're losing out. It is about 8. You're losing out about 8 MR reduction if someone has Abyssal Mask. That's not a lot.
No.
Considering Sorks give you 18, so.
That's true. Okay, so you're almost cutting that in half. If you get,
yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, okay. Moving down, I know we for sure went over Everfrost change, where it is losing 400 gold, or it's 400 gold cheaper.
Yep.
It's giving 10 less AP. It is changing a build path. Right, it's changing a build path. No longer a ruby crystal, which makes sense. There's your like 400 gold, and then losing 5 AP on the mythic passive. So a little bit cheaper. More I think you're just gonna buy this more for utility. And I feel like every fucking mage builds this. Like, Rise, like
making mages tanky now, which is weird. And I don't know. I wonder if it has anything to do with the state of assassins in the game right now. If that maybe they're saying, hey, have an extra 200 health.
Yeah, I mean, if they're buffing, they're buffing like Duskblade and
which is fair.
Prowler's Claw. So
they gotta give health elsewhere. They gotta sort of try to even it out. But you look at fucking power creep, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, oh, let's buff this. Well, if I buff this, I gotta buff that. It's like, guys, how about we just nerf everything?
Alrighty, so we're moving down, and that was the item changes. I don't know if you
Uh,
saw these yet, but these are wow, that picture's small. The
your
changes
expected bounties.
for these bounties that are going to be displayed on your mini map. So your whatever. So I can't remember what time in the game it pops up, but
Yeah, I
it'll
don't remember.
announce that bounties are coming, and they'll be highlighted on the mini map like that. And then in the bottom right, you have the little extra. It'll say like allied or enemy that are going to receive this bounty system. And what I've been playing a few games on PBE. Like if you come up to say my team is winning heavily, the bounty system kicks in. I walk up to Baron. There'll be like a red X above it that signals to me that I don't get the bounty, the enemy team gets the bounty. So
Okay,
obviously
okay.
I want to take that off the map because
Yeah.
yeah. And then it'll increase the more you're losing, the bigger the bounty will get, and you don't have to be involved with said target of the bounty. It'll be like I think it starts at base 500 like turrets or 500 extra gold, so that's split across the team, so everyone gets 100 gold, and then that increases, which is kind of broken. Again, I think it's just gonna test you. Like if you're winning, they want you to be able to finish out a game, or else the enemy team's gonna come back.
The other thing that I like in this little mini map picture is you can actually see the Hextech portals,
Oh yeah, dude, those are
and
fucking
then you can see
wild.
where they're actually
Have
going
you
to.
seen
So
anything
that's
else on that?
no, and since I don't play PvE, I haven't tested it out
Okay,
or anything,
I've
and I haven't been actively looking. But like when you were talking to me, I was like, I get it, but I still kind of
so
don't get it. But
so I
I
got
like that there's literally like a dot and arrows, like, hey, you take this portal, you end up here.
let's zoom in
Like,
though.
I think that's
So
awesome.
the ones that are in the bases, those only go one way.
Yep.
Right. And then there are the ones that are behind the dragon pit, and they're basically obviously mimicked on the upset side of the pack.
Yep.
So you could take dragon behind the dragon pit to their blue buff,
Blue.
or behind the herald pit to your blue buff.
Yep.
It's cool. It takes a second to channel. Like you'll right click and it'll say like 1.5 seconds. You can cancel going through it, and then when you are traveling through it, your camera pans to the exit. It doesn't like follow you through it. It'll pan to the exit, and then you can right click to have you can like right click and move to where you want it to spit you out.
Oh, nice.
So it's a
That's
little
cool.
it's cool. It's a
The
cool.
other thing I noticed too is like there's that little red marker at the bottom right of your mini map that
Yeah, for the
lets you know
bounty
about the
system.
bounties. And
It's
I
nice.
don't think you mentioned that. I don't think I heard you say that, but that's interesting. I was wondering what that was in this picture. Um,
You
super
can
interesting. When you mouse over it, it tells you
you
the
can
bounties.
also, when you hit tab now, it'll be displayed at the top, or it'll be displayed on the scoreboard at the top, and it'll say like it'll literally tell you if the enemy team has bounties or if you have bounties. Like it'll tell you
Nice,
exactly how much gold it is too. So
nice. And then a little bonus piece. Hextech Drake actually every fourth attack hits you with like lightning passive, kind of like Shiv. So
it looks cool.
that's a cool little interesting tidbit. Nothing crazy. Um, I'm assuming that hits the whole team, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, if it connects uh
I would think it says
static
chain
shiv.
lightning passive, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That makes the dragon a little bit more difficult to take. I wonder, does that connect through you and the enemy team since it's a neutral monster? Like if you had like
Oh, if
a
you're all grouped up like in a fat team
yeah, if
fight,
there was like a 3v5 or something like that, where people are coming to steal the dragon or something like that.
I would
I wonder
assume
if that
so.
groups and hits everybody or not,
I
because
would
that would be I
that'd
I,
be kind of
I
broken.
think because Fire Drake does AoE damage, right?
Yeah, and that hits
And
everybody,
I
I
think
think.
that hits everybody, so I would assume this would be the same. But yeah,
Or
it should be interesting. I mean, this is chain, so it's not just AOE in the position it's in, but it's chain, so it connects all the champions. So even if someone's trying to run away and get out with Infernal Drake, you can still get out by just not being in the area. But this may be, and it probably won't, but could be something that kills you or at least puts you in death range for Pike to ult you or something.
And then other quick thing is the Chem Drake
Oh god,
will
yeah,
attack.
faster attack speed, lower
Look at
health.
look at the graph. Like
That's
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 very quick.
yes.
So I mean,
It looks like it doubles more than doubles.
speaking of that dragon, I played a few games where that has been the soul. It hasn't been. It's not too bad. The camouflage zones aren't too like annoying. It just I don't know. It also, so it's like, I remember I was playing against an Ashe, and Ashe Hawkshot reveals you through it because it's not true invisibility, but if it goes through it, you'll be able to see it. It's kind of
Yeah,
I'm sure if you like put a ward into the camouflage zone, it'll grant you vision like really quick or something. So
yeah,
it's not terrible.
cool.
And then Oracle Lens is getting a pretty decent nerf where
Oh
it
wait,
is.
hold on. You missed on. Or no, maybe it's the same before. It just says if you didn't know, all dragons attack
Oh
differently.
yeah.
Ocean slows, cloud has high attack speed and movement. Infernal attacks are AoE, mountain attacks are AoE, but slower and higher damage. Also, mountain drakes have more armor and MR. Just for you guys that didn't know that, it just further reinforces the fact that these two dragons are different and do have different effects to them. Um, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off. You're
you're
talking about
fine. You're
Oracle
fine. That was a
Lens.
good point because I feel like some people don't really know that. They're like, oh, why can't I solo this dragon and not this dragon? Because this dragon's beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, that mountain one is a tougher one to solo. The Infernal Drake easy to solo because it just does AoE, doesn't do
Ocean Drake is
massive damage.
super annoying where it slows you.
Oh my god, that's the one where you don't want to solo unless you have vision that someone's not coming. Because if someone shows up, you're fucked. You're not running away from them. That's for damn sure. Unless your name's Nunu, you might get away. But
Right. And then, so yeah, Oracle Lens is getting nerfed where it is 80 seconds at all levels now instead of scaling from 90 to 60. It's kind of broken.
yeah,
Because, like, you be able to, like, what the smart thing is to do is put your trinket down as a jungler and go back to, or I guess you could be a support as well, but go back and immediately
yeah.
get the Oracle. 80 seconds, that might hurt a little bit.
Well, it's a buff early though, because
Yeah,
it
it's
is
true.
based on
It's
the
true.
average levels. So it is a buff early, which is cool.
That's telling me late game wards are going to be that more important. And buy your
Yep.
fucking
And as they
pinks.
should be, the vision, late game vision should be more important. That's where the team fights happen that really decide the game. So, um, uh, needless to say, I think all these changes are interesting. There are less changes in this group that I dislike compared to the amount that I like. Um, so should be interesting preseason. We'll see how things shake out. You know, obviously they'll make some changes. I'm sure. These numbers probably will not stick past December.
Hope so. Knowing Riot, is they're gonna like, oh, let's buff the shit out of them, and they're just gonna fucking do some stupid shit like,
They're gonna give you another Juggernauts rework where they just fuck your face.
oh man,
Like the, oh god, do you remember that?
yeah, season five.
Juggernaut. Oh,
Season five was a
dude,
disaster.
it was an absolute disaster. And then did that end up just being a tank meta for most of that season, anyways? It was like the most boring games. Like you don't kill anything. Playing ADC sucks. Don't play this role.
Oh, it was like you played tanks like they call them juggernauts, and not only do they not die, they deal an insane amount of damage.
Massive amounts of damage. Yeah, yeah. I think the only interesting things to come out of that, was like the Darius changes with the Q swing that came out in that
And the gangplank rework.
yeah, in the GP. Beyond that, it was like
Skarner rework was
kind
cool
of
with
a
the spires,
fucking
but
mess. Yeah, Scars is cool with the Spires. The thing I don't like about the Spires is they're so position revealing, where that champion kind of needs to be, because he's such a straightforward, like Udyr is. Like I run at you and then I stun you, or I run at you and then I
well, yeah,
stab you with my stinger and
he's
then I
also
bring you
just
back.
too dependent on spires.
Extremely too dependent on Spires,
Hmm.
which yeah, that's a different story. But yeah, guys, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's about it. Maybe trying to think of an idea. I was trying this whole time to think of a question that we could ask. We didn't have any answers from last week's question, which is fine, but we're still putting them out there. So if you guys feel like answering them, we'll read them out. Yeah, no problem. I was trying to maybe think of something about Drakes. Like, do you honestly think like the Chem Drake is gonna be as bullshit as you think it is, or is the Hex Dragon
Does it sound
static
worse than it is?
sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should Riot. How about this? Should Riot add the dragon display thing in Champ Select, telling you what the first dragon is?
Yes.
That work? We already say yes.
The answer to that question is yes.
Okay, there you go. So
Um,
that's gonna be it. Do you think they should display the first dragon spawn in Champ Select?
Listen. Listen. If you think, I got a better question, and this is totally unrelated to this.
Oh my
If
god.
if you think that Bjergsen should come on our show, spam him, okay? Just spam him.
If you think Fimbulwinter
Fimbulwinter. Okay, are we dumb for thinking Fimbulwinter was funny? Legitimate question.
did you
Title? No,
did
just
you
kidding.
laugh? Did
Did
you
you laugh at
laugh? Did you
Fimbulwinter?
rage? Are you Norse? Come on. I don't
Am I
know.
stupid? Probably. Um,
We'll
yeah, I
we'll
don't know.
have
I don't have a
something.
good question for
We'll
this
have
week,
something
guys,
for
but
sure, but
we'll think of
yeah.
something. It'll be in there.
So yeah, also
Comments, like you said, comments obviously widely accepted. We like to read those things. We like to hear from you guys. Share us with your friends. I'm sure you have friends that play this game. I'm sure because we know that the majority of league players are gold or lower. Um, we know our audience is out there. You just need to help us find them.
also we put our first VOD review up this
Yes,
week,
we did.
and that is strictly
Yes,
for
we did.
YouTube because I'm pretty sure people don't want to listen to us just talk about nonsense without looking at a video.
Please help us with that because that's the first one we've ever done, and we do need some valuable constructive feedback.
Yeah, we're not perfect at it.
Flame is not accepted. That's not an acceptable form of feedback. I think
It's
by
okay.
this point in time,
You
we
can call
know
me
that.
stupid. You can call me
Everyone should
stupid.
know that. You can call me stupid, but like actually have make a point and not just say things. Like if you have feedback, actually make a legitimate point. Like I'll admit, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm an idiot, but like if you want to help or if you want to give feedback, make a legitimate point.
Yeah,
Other than that,
so
guys,
yeah, that's gonna
I don't
do
think
it.
you got anything left, so make sure you hit subscribe, ring that bell, share us to your friends,
Yep.
your
Follow
mom,
us
your
Spotify,
dad, your
Anchor,
cousin.
Twitter's coming, Instagram. We're on Instagram. Check us out. Links are going to
Yep,
be below. They're going to be in
yep.
Spotify. They're going to be on YouTube.
The YouTube link is always in the bio with the newest video.
Yep.
So the newest video link will always be in the bio as that is posted. I always also make a note that it's in the bio. I don't think I can't. We don't have enough followers to swipe up to include it on the stories. Unfortunately, we are not big enough for that. And everyone say hello to the hippopotamus in the back.
That's Sophie. There she is.
Hi, hippopotamus, water buffalo. Other than that, guys,
Yeah,
have a good week.
we'll see
We'll
you
come
next
at you
week for
next
the.
week with the patch notes.
Mhm.
I know the pre notes are out, but we'll break them down. We'll break everything down for you guys next week.
Yep. All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend.